Leeds, Yorkshire's biggest city, and not so many people know this, but it's the birthplace of one of the most significant inventions of the Victorian era. Forget Hollywood, the story of the moving image actually begins right here in West Yorkshire, with a man, a pioneer whose endeavours have been almost forgotten. Today, journalist Christa Ackroyd is playing sleuth. She's on a mission to find out more about the life and mysterious death of the father of cinematography and help reclaim his place in history.
He is, and his name is fantastic, Louis Aimé Augustin Le Prince.
Frenchman Louis Le Prince moved to Leeds in 1866 after landing a job at a brass valve manufacturer's in Hunslet, South Leeds. He had a passion for photography, which led to his incredible invention, adapting a single-lens camera that could shoot motion picture film. On the 14th of October 1888, he shot this film with it. These images of his family in his in-laws' garden are thought to be the very first moving pictures ever recorded. But not long after, Le Prince disappeared in mysterious circumstances. Now, over 130 years later, Christa is on a mission and playing detective.
So what happened to him? Why don't we know about him? We've heard of Lumiere, we've heard of Edison, but nobody knows of Le Prince.
The first sleuthing stop is the National Science and Media Museum in Bradford to meet Le Prince expert Tony Booth.
To most of us, myself included, we've no idea who Le Prince was. Who was he?
He's one of those figures who could and should have been much better known.
But he did, let's get this right, he was the first person to capture moving images on a camera.
Absolutely, a camera of his own designing, a camera as we know it today with a single lens, with a single strip of film. He did this in 1888. There are 3 pieces of film which exist from October of that year, which he captured in Leeds.
As well as the family in the garden, Le Prince also filmed his son playing the accordion, and a short time after, took his camera here to Leeds Bridge and momentously captured a snapshot of Victorian England shot right here in Yorkshire.
This, for me, is incredible.
Yeah, it's just kind of representing a street scene, but it's very much representing Leeds as well. And you can see all the movement, all the activity, the horses crossing, the people walking. People will have walked over this bridge hundreds, thousands of times. And now they can kind of see it captured on a piece of film. This hadn't happened before.
I think it's incredible that I can still walk across that bridge. It looks largely the same. The traffic's changed a bit. And think, in Yorkshire, the first ever moving pictures were captured, and we can still see them, and that's something of a small miracle.
But whilst Le Prince was able to capture these images, showing them to the world proved the difficult bit.
We know that he used paper film to begin with, which had an emulsion on it. So it's held on a piece of paper, but it's not as flexible as celluloid, so it's more difficult to work with. And also you can't project from it because it's paper. And you need a very strong light source for projection, and the paper would, of course, just burn.
So he'd got the film on camera, but at this stage, he'd no way of showing it.
He tried to develop a projector, or a deliverer, as he called it, and some of the people that he worked with did say that they did see projection in the workshop, a very faint outline.
Le Prince was the pioneer of the moving image, but wasn't yet able to show his invention to the world, a critical shortcoming that may have been the catalyst that led to his disappearance from history.